This is Bring Me the Head of Ghola-Fan on normal and hard. And that message is just from the, I had apparently an extra key. So that's what that message was. It was just drop the key. No big deal. So we'd have to, I don't think, we don't need a key to get back to the quest giver. So we shouldn't need keys at this point. That's really just to get to the quest giver the first time. Once we do that, we can use the rune test guide to get to where we need to get to.
You enter the sprawling compound. Alert for Ghola-Fan.
Ogres hit hard, so on Reaper, these are going to be some hard-hitting enemies. And we'll hopefully our spot will identify any traps. There are quite a few traps in here. They can be pretty rough. Actually, not 100% positive I'm remembering the traps right. Maybe there's not that many. There's at least a few traps in here. Alright, so now we have a crest on the left and a crest on the right.
Sealed. You'll need to find a way to unlock it.
So we'll need to go left and right here to find the crests.
The trio. This room contains iron gold.
Alright, we're going to have to fight some iron golems here. They're not too bad. They get damage reduction unless we have adamantine, which we don't. That'll be worse on Reaper than it is on normal. And there's crest number 1. And so just seeing all these ogres that we have were some pretty tough enemies. This is probably going to be an above average difficulty quest on Reaper. So this might be one, both because it's long and it's just a lot of hard-hitting enemies. You know, there's a high chance that we could take a fatal blow and wipe, right? So in Elite, worst case scenario, of course this is pretty tough. We're gonna have to really hustle to get back here in 5 minutes, but with that guide, it shouldn't be too bad. So we can probably get back here in 5 minutes. All right. So this is what I was kind of remembering on the trap part. This is a sort of a nasty trap part, and I don't think we can unlock this. Yeah, it can't be picked. So I'm gonna put my hireling on and stand his ground. And as I recall, there's really no way to pick this thing until the end, like the very end. There's maybe a trap box. So I'm gonna just run, leave my hireling here, and you're running through just a bunch of deadly traps here. And you can see we're making our saves. So
large stone blocks line the hallway. Each one appears sturdy enough to
I'll look
bear
for a
an
trap
ogre's
box.
weight.
I don't think there's one. I think it's at the very, very end of this quest. All right, and I think we have to. So do I have to light these up? No, apparently not. Let's see. Looks like I have to light 5 of them. Let's see, 5. Is that right? Let's see what's not done. So these are all lit up, so it should be good. Let's see. And you know, I'm just gonna top myself off, but you can see the this is kind of typical of sort of traps you can't avoid. All right, I'm gonna grab this. Don't think there's again any trap boxes here. I think we just have to go through it.
One false move and these spikes will skewer you.
And again, I'll just keep checking, but if I remember right, this is at the end.
Bolts of flame whistle past your head.
Just rust past this real quick. It's like a death maze of traps. Call our hireling here at this point.
Appearance belies the cunning.
So, you know, probably not super easy on Reaper. I think even on Reaper we'll survive those traps. We'll just have to be quick about it. And all right, so let's see if there's a way to. Yeah, so just a gate here, and now we have the cross. But that's a pretty tough maze. So you could see why like this quest would get avoided a lot. If you know if you're trying to be selective about what I pick some what I'll call PETA quests to avoid, and some of those will I'll run next life and probably post videos and show okay, here's the second life runs of the ones I avoided the first life. But this quest is one that if you don't have trapping skills or a lot of hit points or something to get through that trap, you probably just skip it. But on this build, no problem. We could do it on this build. This build is okay. And the reason why we'll want to do this quest. All right, let's see. What is this lever? If I remember. Maybe that wasn't good. Oh, it kills all the ogres at least. But maybe I shouldn't have turned that on. So let me run down here. And maybe I can disable the trap down here. Nope, but we just run down the middle and we don't get hit by any of those traps. Let's see if there's a way to disable this. Yeah, okay, I thought so. I thought you could jump down to the bottom and disable it. Alright, but that's a good kind of trap, the kind where the enemy's dying it, too. And this is a quest I don't run as much as others for the very reason of these traps. It's pretty deadly, pretty lethal. If you don't, so you either want somebody that can sort of solo that part, and you do need to solo it really, if you think about it, because you have one person go and get the crust, and the others wait, wait there because it's just too deadly if you don't have evasion. So with our hireling, we could just basically summon our hireling and avoid the traps entirely that way, so it's not so bad for us. Alright, let's clear this area. And I'm a big map user for quests like this, so I have the DDO wiki map referenced here. It's not lettered like the last quest, or like the wilderness, because it's not that sort of a... The wilderness can be a little bit tricky to navigate. This is not so tricky to navigate. So far, it's just been, other than that left-right diversion, it's pretty much just been going straight.
Ghola-Fan watches his troops from his viewing room. Beside him stands the taskmaster, spurs his troops into action with a fierce battle cry.
So we'll probably think about. We'll see how it goes on hard, but we might want to do some tactics there on normal, or on Reaper rather. All right, so this part I remember not everything is required on the map, so we can go east, which is the way forward, and then let's see, west. I think all that's west is a rest shrine and a quest item. So I think we might have to go west, all the way west, but we could skip all the side rooms. So I forget what's there. Again, it's kind of nice to have this reference, DDO wiki. And so left, let's see, we want to go, am I going the right way? I may have already missed, actually it looks like I may have already missed, so we actually need to go up here and go west, and then we'll go back. Alright, I think we're dealing with multiple levels here. Yeah, so there's sort of two paths, a northern and a southern. It feels like we missed something up there. Let me just go back up, I guess. We have to go through here. Okay, so I guess it looks like this is the upper level, so we're not there yet. Okay, so so on this lower level, I apologize, it's been a little while since I've run this quest, but it is necessary to get the falconry enhancement, and I think this is a good build to run a lot of these free agent quests on that are more difficult. So we want to get that falconry enhancement tree if we can get it. So it is going to require running the pre-raid, which requires at least 3 people. But I think there's a good chance you'll find that pre-raid up. It's probably going to be no minimum level or like no maximum level, just for running it for favor and not for XP. But because a lot of people want to get that falconry tree, there's a lot of people running that. Alright, so now we are going to go this way. And we're sort of backtracking here. I don't think we need to go this way. Alright, well, let me get this chest. So this is the way forward. We'll see if we're missing something here shortly. And I believe to get forward through this gate we need, again, a left and a right.
The door to the north
Crest.
is sealed. You'll need to find a way to unlock it. The prison door is locked shut.
Alright, so let's go the other way first. I have a feeling that the path that I was thinking I'm missing, I might need to go back to get the key. And again, I apologize. I haven't run this quest in a little while. I've skipped it for several lives, so I'm getting a little bit of a refresher here as I'm doing this myself. Alright, we go. I know this is probably a shrine if I remember right. Right? Alright, so anyways, it's good to have this open. And this is a pretty tough room, if I remember. Traps everywhere. Yeah.
A shaman stirs from his trance, muttering in whispering dark words.
So I don't think the hireling's going to make it, but we could potentially just range here.
With no one to tend the boiling kettle, flow of acid escapes. This blast is shut off once its control is killed.
There's a trap box. And that's one of the crests. And now I need to backtrack and go to the control room. Because I think that's where I get the key to the jail section. I just have to remember how to get there. sure this is just a dead end. Yeah, that's... Nope, this is the way. This is the way. So we have, yeah, I had to go this way first to get to the upper level. And apologies again. I sort of knew I had to go to, I could avoid all these side rooms, but I have to go to the very end to get the key. And this is where we could avoid all the side rooms here and just go right to the end.
The ogre captain's look of surprise turns to rage as you storm into the cell.
And these chests just have junk. This is the only one that's important. Iron key. And I guess we might as well shrine. We're getting pretty close to the end. And if you check these other chests out, they just have like junk in them. I'm not going to even loot them. Plus 3 darts. And at this point, I think we could just jump down. So let's do that. And up and then head north. So when I came down here, and fought the guards, I need to go this path first to get the key, then take this path. I had skipped that other path. Had a little bit of a mental block there on that requirement. I mean, I remember the requirement. I just had a little mental block on what, how to get there. And that way is optional. There's a chest, but you don't need to go that way. And then you just take a right here. And again, you have the paths left and right to get the crests. We did right. Left we couldn't do because we didn't have the key. We have the key now, so we should be able to get in there. And this is the prison. And kind of follow our way all the way around.
The entire cell block
here.
can be unlocked using that wall switch.
And there's the crest. And you don't have to, it's optional to divert the attention of the guards by freeing the captives. Well, here's the guy that, not a very good guard. He completely missed us. If you free the captives, they will also fight you, so I usually just don't bother. Kind of minimizes that ogre fight, but then some of these captives are almost tougher to deal with than the guards, so I usually just leave them, figure they're in prison for a reason, and I'll just leave it be. Alright, so now we have the crests, and we are moving forward. And we're almost through the quest, and when I do hard, I'll do it cleaner. I won't forget that one side passage if it's easier to just watch that. And on Reaper mode.
Ghola-Fan slays Screech. Blood and a chance to flee the master. The ogres stand Ghola-Fan stands alone, his royal guard nowhere to be seen. Come closer, let us talk, he says with an evil smile. Warning, the guards appear from pools of shadow.
So not a totally simple quest. And now this is where you can get thrown.
Ghola-Fan's treasure hoard seems woefully mundane for someone of his status.
Yeah, so basically the real treasure is, I think in the back here maybe. That's going to give you some like just nothing things.
It seems that the other treasure vault was just a decoy, designed to protect the Khan's true
And
wealth.
this is the real chest here. And you can get a very, very rare named item. I forget which one it is, but there's these two quests have a raise dead clicky and a teleport clicky, both very, very rare. All right, so I'm gonna pause it here while I go back to the quest giver, get the quest again, and come back. All right, and talking to the guide right outside the quest will take you back to this island without having to cross the bridge. Nothing too interesting here. You'll see this mystical vessel. You could also get this in hide in plain sight in the other quest. I would just say basically don't bother with this. This does nothing. It'll just take up space in your inventory bag. Grab something else to sell. This used to be used in crafting. It's no longer used, so it's basically just something that will waste inventory space, so definitely don't take it. Alright, I'm going to retake the quest. And I'm going to pause it while I make my way back to the quest. And this is bringing me the head of Ghola-Fan on hard difficulty.
enter the sprawling compound. Look for Ghola-Fan. The trio. This room contains modern
Just one crest down. Now we'll go to the other side. And the other side is that trap room, so that'll be interesting. Alright, so we're back to that trap that we can't disable. I'm just going to put my hireling and stand their ground. I don't know if we need to light all these. I don't know if I need to light all these up or not. I can't remember, so I'm just going to run over them.
Each one appears sturdy enough to bear an ogre's weight.
Alright, so that's 5.
One false move and these spikes will skewer you. Searing bolts of
So I'm
flame
just running
whistle
through it
past
faster
your
this
head.
time and not really worrying about searching for traps since I know they can't be disabled. And then we'll call our hireling over.
The door to the north is sealed. You'll need to find a way to unlock it. The taskmaster spurs his troops into action with a fierce battle cry.
Alright, so after defeating these troops, we need to follow this right passage first to get the key, jailer's key. we're going to the upper level. And we can do some things on Reaper, such as draw back the melees and then get the archers after. We'll probably do that. Anything we can do to make it a little bit easier. These broods hit really hard on Reaper mode, especially if they're champions. And there was some optional you could do to pacify the ogres ahead. I just can't remember what it is. I think you go to these side rooms, do a fight, and then you could do something to pacify them. But I just think it's easier to just do this fight.
The ogre captain's look of surprise turns to rage as you storm into the sword.
And this chest at the end is the one with the key. I'm going to go ahead and use the shrine while we're here. We just jump off there and keep going north, as opposed to backtracking the whole way. And then so we took the right path to get the key, and now we take the left path to get to the end fight. The left way is just a optional fight and chest. We're just going to skip it and go north. This is the way to the end fight. And we'll do the jailer side first. This is
the prison door is locked.
Where's the key that we got from the the bath house or whatever that was.
The entire cell block
And
can
I'll
be
pull this
unlocked
just so you can see
using
what it
that
is.
wall switch. The cell doors swing open, freeing the wild men inside. Wild screeches are soon
So the
followed
guards
by
just,
shouts of panic
instead of
from
fighting you,
above.
the guards just get busy fighting each other. There's still a few you have to fight. But now now all these guys will fight us. So you can see it doesn't really save a huge amount of fighting. Alright, and we'll get the crust. And we'll kind of ignore anything on the way out if it's fighting Ogre. But we may have to fight a few things. Here's a collectible. I guess that was worth it just for doing that. So you can make your own decision if you think it's worth it. I'm just going to ignore that guy since he's busy. And that's one crest down. I will go to the other side and get the other crest. Let me bring my hireling over. He seems to have gotten lost.
The shaman stirs no one to tend the boiling kettle as it stops.
So it seems like if you position yourself, you could avoid the trap damage.
Fires die out. No one left to store.
You can see right about here. Seems it's pretty safe. And we'll see how we want to handle this on Reaper, if we run this on Reaper. Whoop. Actually, that was just to run the chest, so I guess I could do that one. But let me search here, because I know there's a trap here. On that chest. And I'm not going to bother shrining before the end fight. I probably would shrine here if on a Reaper. In fact, I'd probably open that shrine up before I do that fight, try to draw them back, use range, whatever, to make that room a little bit easier. It's a lot more with evasion. The game could be a lot more
The door
forgiving
to the north is sealed.
for fights like that.
You'll need to find a way to unlock it.
But I still want to be very, very careful on Reaper. I do not have a crest that fits that socket. I thought I grabbed it. Well, let's check which side I missed. Oh wait, it wasn't this side. I grabbed the loot chest and the remnant chest, but I didn't get the crest chest in the back. So I'll have to remember that for Reaper. There's normally 2 chests in here, but there was 3 because we got a remnant chest. I think that's what kind of threw me off. In the back here is a crushed chest, and that's the one that we need to open that door.
Ghola-Fan's skull screech and howl. Hungry for all chance to feed their master. The ogre stomped the ground, uttering grunts. Ghola-Fan stands alone, his royal guard nowhere to be seen. Come closer, let us talk. He's without warning, the guards attack fields of shadow.
So, on Reaper mode, this is a fight I'm definitely going to approach a little bit differently.
Choking whispers as life fades.
I don't know what the deal with this guy is. He's just standing there. Kind of funny. Alright, so, and then reminder in this, this is like the fake
Ghola-Fan's
treasure room. You're just going to get a bunch of junk, literally junk here. And if you climb over, there's a secret door, which we can see with true seeing. And this is the real
it seems
chest.
that the other treasure vault was just a decoy, designed to protect the Khan's true wealth.
And I forget which one of these has a named item in it. Whoa. Okay, not bad. 2 shield clickies. So that's not the super rare item that we'd want to get from here, but nonetheless a very rare item. 2 shield clickies. Very nice that we got something from here on hard. And wow. Wow. Alright, so this is super cool. This is an extremely rare item. Unbound. High value with a teleport clicky. So we really did good here. We got that shield clicky, and then this is an extremely rare item. I don't know what the odds of getting it are on hard, but I've gotten in many times running this quest. I've gotten it one other time besides this. So this was an extremely lucky drop. You probably won't see this, but if you do, it's a high value item. Just make sure you don't vendor it. If you don't want it, I mean, teleport's pretty cool. I'm gonna probably use this all the time. But yeah, that makes my day. Very super rare, highly sought after item. It's so rare and valuable that you could probably trade that for a DDO point code, like a 10 point, $10 code or something, $20 code, or yeah, that would upgrade you from free to premium. So I'm going to pause it while I go to the quest giver. And so after leaving the quest, I didn't show this last time. I want to show this time. You can just have him lead the way. He'll take you to the island. The bridge itself is locked. I think because the other guys have to spawn still. Not everybody spawned, but anyways, you just talk to the guide. He'll take you right here to talk to the quest giver. And nothing super exciting here. Remember, don't take this. It's just going to sit in your bank. Nothing super exciting here. I'm just going to grab an item, but wow, getting that teleport cookie, Royal Guard mask. That's going to go right into my inventory. Here, I'm going to stick it, or it's going to go right into my hotbar. I'm going to stick it here, and then all I have to do now is if I right-click, you only get one clicky, but I'm going to go right to the marketplace from here. I can go to the bank, House Deneth Arms Shop, Jarasco Arcane Shop. I'm going to go here just to use it because it's cool. Of course, you only get one clicky, so you have to keep that in mind. So that is Bring Me the Head of Ghola-Fan on normal and hard.